Hi everybody, it's a hot summer day and I am in heaven. I absolutely love this hot summer weather. I love getting outside. I love watching trains. Came back again to Wheaton, the other side of Wheaton from our last video. We're over near the Wheaton Police Department, just down the street. The big apartment tower is right next to us. We're in on a parking garage on the top level. We've got a pretty good view of the Union Pacific tracks here that go through town. So we have an outbound Metra coming with a former Surfliner locomotive, and we'll bring you anything else we see. Appreciate you watching. Thanks. Alright, that was METX 76 leading that Metra commuter train on the Union Pacific West Line in Wheaton, Illinois. EMD F59 PHI. Former Surfliner locomotive built in 1998. Carrying Chicagoland passengers now from Ogilvie Transportation Center in downtown Chicago. West out numerous stops all the way to Elburn on some of the trains. There comes another commuter train. All right, Chicago bound on that one, and it's about 5 in the afternoon, so most of the trains are going to be coming the other direction. Here comes another outbound minutes later. All right, the next Metro train in is Union Pacific West, train 43. It's about to cross Interstate 355 right now. It'll stop in Glen Ellen, and then Wheaton will be the next stop, so it'll be here shortly. We've got crossing bells. That Metro train outbound, westbound is pulling into the downtown Wheaton station here in just a second. Comes another outbound. Close up there of the cab. And here comes some freight traffic on this triple track main line. The train is slowing way down there. You heard them hit the brakes as it was passing by. Sometimes they stage trains just to our west. There's a long stretch with no grade crossings. And of course there's West Chicago Yard just a little further to our west. A lot of auto rack business there, I know, but could be slowing down for that as well. All right, we hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that video today from Wheaton, Illinois, the county seat of DuPage County. Nice, hot, bright, sunny day. It's July 22nd, 2025. I always like to mention the history and heritage of the lines that we visit. And of course, this being Union Pacific Geneva Subdivision is originally the original railroad in the Chicago area, I believe, the Chicago and Northwestern up until 1990s. Once in a while, you'll still see some rolling stock with CNW on it. Union Pacific has a heritage locomotive, a Chicago and Northwestern locomotive that makes an appearance every now and then, so it's always cool to see that stuff. The reason I mentioned the date, there's news out now that Union Pacific is in the early stages of maybe considering a merger with Norfolk Southern, which would create a transcontinental railroad and eliminate another Class 1 carrier. I always hate losing those, but I'm sure they know what's best for them. Union Pacific doesn't go much farther east than right here. This is kind of Chicago west, and then Norfolk Southern is Chicago east generally and south. So that would give them access to the entire country. So let me know your thoughts on that merger as well. I doubt if there's going to be too many positive comments on it. And appreciate you watching. We'll see you on the next video.